My name is Chloe de Freitas. I am 23 years old. I've just finished a graduate collection at UTS. My collection, I hope, is going to propel me into the fashion world. So I'm just like a young fledgling about to start this huge fashion career, which is quite frightening but very exciting at the same time. My collection, it's called Orlando, so it shares its name with Virginia Woolf's book, Orlando. It's about gender and identity, gender blurring, bending and blending. I've started with a menswear collection, so I hope to continue in the realm of menswear because I think it's a very interesting world that hasn't really been touched on, because I think that women's wear has been done to death. And menswear on the streets of Sydney, I think, has a lot still to be explored. So as a menswear designer, I hope that my collection and my label will actually propel Sydney men, young and old alike, just to be a bit more creative in the way that they dress, and just give them a bit more variety in what's out there. So I'm very interested in costumes. That's what my collection draws a lot from. It's looking at the idea of the dandies and the old school of the aesthetics, and that's where I come from. That's where my idea of beauty exists, and my menswear, I hope, shows that. So tonight you'll see a lot of prints. So it goes back to the idea of, like, in the 1700s when men overdressed and they were almost as decorated as what women were. So the idea of the peacock and the male bird, so where the male is actually more preened and more beautiful than the woman herself. So I've got lots of clean lines, long jackets. I've got signature prints, which I have 3 in total, which were outsourced to India. So that was a bit of a big step for me as well, working offshore, which was interesting. But really rewarding because I got back exactly what I was looking for. They're heavily printed, and also there's some clean pieces. I've got cravats, I've got jodhpurs, pantaloons, culottes, vests. I've got an upside down trench coat as well, so hopefully that'll be pretty interesting because it's reversible. All my prints are either on the outside or the inside. There's a decadence that's been lost over time that I'm trying to bring back. So essentially, I'd like to be a haute couturist in Sydney, which is a hard thing to do, but who knows, it just might happen. I made the entire thing myself, so there's 18 pieces in the whole collection. I hope to, in future, work with other designers as well, perhaps, collaborate, and also other makers and things like that. The actual techniques that I've used, I've got some padding. I've got prints which were fused and then sewn over with machine details, so this is quite intricate, and it took 3 days to manufacture one jacket. At the moment, I'm actually going to travel. I'm going to Europe for 4 months to get a bit more inspiration for my next collection, because when I come back, I'll be selling my collection within a store, A State of Mind, which is on Crown Street. So I hope to move on from there and hopefully come back from Paris with some more ideas. The benefit of showcasing here at Launch My Label, it's great because I get to show my collection live on the body, which makes it 10 times better. It allows for a wide audience to see my work, and also puts me in touch with people overseas, and also just expanding my networks here in Australia.